Hey, what's going on, guys? So last time you were here, we printed to the console. Now I barely explained what on earth that means, and I will explain what it means now, along with a few other things. So let me first explain what a method is, and basically just a little bit about programming in general. So in programming, if you are watching this and you've never programmed before, that's great because you will be learning how to program along with learning how to make iOS apps. So if you have programmed before, this is going to be a good review. So basically right here, you'll see my cursor highlighted. It says void view did load. Now you also see these two brackets. So everything within these brackets is going to be run when this gets called. Now this is called a method. And basically what a method is it says to the computer, well, when you call a method, it says, I want you to run this method. I want you to run all of the code inside this method. And the computer says, okay, I will, but first you have to call the method. And then, well, you call the method. So basically what calling a method means is whenever you're writing a program, you can call a method within another method. And some methods are called at the beginning of the program's running. So at the beginning of our program, this method named viewDidLoad will be called. And when it's called, it's going to do super viewDidLoad, which I'll explain later tutorials, and it will NSLog hello world to the console. So let's try this again. Okay, and here we go. So you'll notice that when we ran our project by clicking this button again, this simulator came up, and since we don't have anything in our project yet, it's just going to be white. But you'll also notice that it printed to the console. So basically what happened when we ran our program was this method was called, named viewDidLoad, then super viewDidLoad was called, and then NSLog hello world was called. So that's basically how that works. Now you'll notice that this was never called because, well, we didn't call it, and nothing beyond these brackets was called. Now let me explain a little bit about NSLog. So basically what NSLog means is I want you to print whatever you put inside my parentheses to the console. So what that basically means is we put in hello world inside the parentheses. Now you're probably wondering what is with this @ sign and what's with these quotations? Well, they both mean different things. So I'm going to write another NSLog statement and I'm going to explain what's happening as I do it. So I'm going to type NSLog parentheses @ sign. So when I put an @ sign, I'm pretty much telling the computer, okay, I'm going to put some text inside here. Just wait a second. And then you put a quotation, and then you put, this is my text, another quotation to end that you're done putting in text, and then a parentheses and a semicolon. So remember, whenever you're doing NSLog, you want to have an @ sign, and then a quotation, and then all the text that you want to be printed to the console, and then the end quotation which says, hey, I'm done adding my text, and then you're going to close your parentheses, and then a semicolon. And a semicolon pretty much means end this statement. And so this, what a statement is it's pretty much a command to the computer. So this is a statement, this is a statement, this is a statement. Notice how they all end with a semicolon. However, this isn't a statement. This is a method. That's because it ends with a bracket instead of a semicolon. This wouldn't work. But I can, of course, delete that. So basically, let's try running this again. I'm going to run it. It's going to compile. And it's going to pop up. And you'll notice that it printed to the console. This is my text. So that's basically what NSLog is, just pretty much you need to remember that it prints something to the console. I would suggest that you type NSLog and try a few other things like hi or something, or just get used to typing NSLog because we're going to be using it quite a bit. But that's all for this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one. And there you go. So you'll notice that this is just a blank white screen and just an example iOS application, but something did happen, and we need to recognize that. Go ahead and look at your console. If you see what it says hello world, and that is very important. That means that what happened was that your code ran through this viewDidLoad method, it went through here, and it hit this, and it printed hello world to the console. So if your screen currently says hello world or something along the lines of that, then congratulations, you have written your first Xcode iOS program, and you are ready to sell it for millions. But once again, I can't put too much into one tutorial, and I will explain what all of this means in the next one. I will see you then.